Welcome everyone. We are on our third part and third podcast on giving you inputs on architecture admission. So don't forget to see our first two podcasts which talk about the eligibility criteria. That is the first podcast that we had uploaded. And the second podcast talks about how you're supposed to fill in your forms and get yourself on the provisional merit list. So the third podcast today is going to talk of how you're supposed to select colleges. Once you are eligible, you have given your names and details in the cap round process, and your name has come in the provisional merit list. We had said that you have to understand where do you fall, in which number from the first till the last candidate, where do you fall in this ranking to decide which colleges to be chosen. So here what we do is we normally give an individual one-to-one discussion and a consultancy or a guidance once your ranking is floated. Because I can't give a general advice to students depending on whether he is in or she is in first 500 or in first 2000 or in first 3000 students ranking. So depending on where your ranking is, please feel free to connect with us to get further guidance on how should you name and specify the colleges that you want to take your admission in. Okay. Now we will have a general understanding of how is it that you have to choose a college. As I told you in my previous podcast, that colleges are going to teach the same syllabus, the same curriculum, and the same thought process that is formulated by the Council of Architecture and the specific university that the college is affiliated to. The college has seats from 40, 80, 120, 160. The colleges in Mumbai are somewhere ranging from 3 to 4 year old colleges to around 30 to 35-year-old colleges. So majority of students who know the colleges are the ones who are 15, 20 years older colleges, because they have come into regular media, they have come into the regular discussions of senior people. And hence, because of this, what we see is that you are not aware of many different colleges which have also come up in Mumbai. So please go and see and understand and research on these different colleges. Now let us see where and how are we supposed to compare the colleges. This is a very common question that is asked by parents in my last 15 to 20 years of academics, and even while I was in my professional field for last 30 years, those who knew that I am an architect and I am in that profession, they were always asking me that which college do you think is the good college or is a better college for my child to take admission in. Please remember here, there is nothing which says as good college or bad college. You have to see 2-3 criteria of choosing a college within yourselves. First is your ranking on the provisional merit list. Second is your commutation, your movement from one college to another. And third is your research on that college. So once you do all these things, you will get certain clarification and you will understand the scope of the available colleges which you can choose. Now let us understand and divide all the colleges in Mumbai which are ranging from 7-year-old to 15-year-old to 30-year-old. So you always have to compare the colleges which establishment is within 7 years, within 15 years and within 30 years. If you compare a 7-year-old college to a 30-year-old college, and if you see that this 7-year-old college is also doing all the activities and trying to fit in all the aspects of what a 30-year college has been doing, then definitely this college is trying to create an amazing mark in the education industry. So please understand that, try to find out how and what is the college philosophy and how are they trying to convey or teach this philosophy to the students. What are the opportunities created? How the students are exposed to different fields of allied professions? How there are different category or expertise of faculties, and in which different fields. I had also told you that this is a multidisciplinary course. So the faculties of that college which have a multidisciplinary expertise will definitely help to groom the students in their 5 years of education. Also, majority of visiting faculties, the ones who come for a day, 2 days, 3 days in the college, these are common in all colleges. So if there is one faculty who teaches in one particular college, in other particular college, the same faculty can go and teach in other 3 or 4 different colleges. So these visiting faculties are usually common. So whether they are colleges in the town side, in the suburban side, you will find quite a number of common faculties going and teaching to the students. There are a lot of integrated projects. There are a lot of competitions where the students come together and work together. So, a platform which gives you holistic education, a platform which tries to groom you holistically is what you should look at. Now, let us take a college as great as JJ College of Architecture. JJ College for us is the great-great-grandfather college, because that is the college we all look up to. That is the college wherein all other principals, educators have come down to head different other institutions. In Mumbai, earlier there were only 3 colleges. One was JJ, one was LS Raheja School of Architecture, and one was Academy of Architecture, which is Rachna College of Architecture, which you all know now. So, being just these 3 colleges for quite a many years, all the principals, all the senior most faculties who are currently into academics are from these colleges. So, the whole education, the whole pedagogy, the whole thought process has percolated down from these basic 3 colleges to all other colleges. All other principals from colleges have been the alumni of these 3 colleges only. And that is the reason, once you are the alumni of the initial 3 founder colleges, naturally it will be the same ideology that will be flowed down to their own colleges which they are heading now. Right? So let me tell you that there is nothing like good or bad college. You know why? Because every college, as I said, having the same curriculum, the same syllabus, majority of visiting faculty is going to each and every college, builds a very different level of the education system. The colleges have different intakes, so right from 40 intake to 160, and as I had already informed you. So there are different divisions given to colleges once the intake goes above 40. So let us understand the challenges that the old and new colleges face, right? The old colleges which have a higher intake have to make different divisions. They have to take care of that many quality faculties to be a part of the education that they are providing, and every division not necessarily will get the same group of faculties. So there will be a different group of faculties allotted to different divisions. On the other hand, the colleges which are within the 7 years of range or within 5 years of range, now these are the colleges which have a very close-knit family. They have smaller intake, they have faculties who can on one-to-one basis have a direct involvement with the students and can guide them well. Secondly, these students who are with a lesser intake have a scope or a mandatory compulsion in a way to participate in all possible extracurricular activities, competitions, wherever the college hosts themselves. all these aspects, because being a less number of students, they get exposed to each and every activity that the college does. Otherwise, in a higher number of intake, so there can be options whether you want to be a part or you don't want to be a part. At the same time, when the number of students are more, a very large number of competitions and activities are possible. The strength of people working for these activities becomes stronger. So in a way, there are plus and minus points both in the colleges. However, these plus and minus points are not something which would in any condition hamper the education of the students. It only goes to the benefit of that student. So whether it is a 30-year-old college or whether it is a 5-year-old college, see how a 5-year-old college and the 30-year-old college are trying to build in the same curriculum, given the same facilities, trying to build up the same exposure to the students. So if you see the study tours, if you see the workshops, the site visits, all this which are planned by colleges are common, right? Every college has to do that. Council of Architecture has initiated an area called as the elective or college projects, wherein the college does on its own introduces different educational initiatives. See what is the college doing. The website will give you a clearer picture of all the activities. So the most easy way is when one college, which is within 7 years or 10 years of its establishment, doing all those activities and trying to expose students to all those new parameters of education, in those 7 years, definitely they are going to do an excellent job and they are pursuing the educational system perfectly well. So don't ever try to look at, I need to go only in these 5 colleges or only in these first 6 colleges. No. If your ranking in the provisional list is quite low, is about 1000, above 1500, then don't ever restrict yourself to choose only 5 or 6 colleges. Try to put in as many colleges as you can easily access, and wherever you are in the regional context. So this applies to not only students within Mumbai, but outside Mumbai, Maharashtra, pan-India. All of you have to see that how a college is performing. Go visit colleges, do your research. Once you have got your provisional merit list, you can come back to us. You can talk to us on individual level. You can give your preference of colleges, and accordingly we can advise you on how and what and which colleges you have to put up in your choice of colleges. Remember, you have the option of giving almost 300 to 350 colleges. So ऐसा नहीं है कि हमें सिर्फ पहले 10 colleges का नाम लिखना है या पहला 15 college का लिखना है, नहीं. The form gives you an option of writing 300 colleges. So ऐसे वक्त पे don't be overconfident. If your ranking is within 500 or 300, then yes, you can be confident enough and you have a choice to decide which college you want to go. But if your ranking is above 1000, within 2000, then definitely you have to very smartly take down and write down all colleges which you are easily able to access. The colleges which are far off also have hostel facilities. You can stay and pursue your education. And please remember, decide smartly what you want to do. Choose colleges very smartly, thinking of where you stand. Architecture profession will give you a plethora of options to pursue as career. So please don't hold yourself back. The admissions happened a bit late because the NATA examinations go on till June end or even first week of July. And after the NATA examinations are done, then the process of tap round and provisional merit list and choosing the colleges and everything begins. So don't panic if the process extends. in your panic situation and in your, anxiety, don't go on and directly take admission if any college is offering you, because it is a cap round process and it always has to go through the cap round. So there will not be any process other than autonomous colleges which will begin before the cap round has started. And please remember, if you are working and choosing colleges smartly, you are definite to get admission in a good architecture college which you would love being a part of. So all the best to you. We are here to always guide you and tell you. We will be having seminars ahead also. We will be calling in parents and solving and or answering their questions also eventually in another 15 or 20 days. And we will always update you on what is or what are the changes and the stages of getting admission into architecture. So don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to go through our previous podcast to understand and get aware about the field of architecture. Our previous 2 podcasts are specifically on architecture admission, and before that there are a plethora of podcasts which tell you about the field of architecture, where we are interviewing different professionals, architects from allied fields. We also have, as I said, a diploma in architecture course that the Council of Architecture has started. So all students of 10th standard or all students in 11th standard as well as in 12th standard who are not from the science stream but from arts and commerce stream and still want to pursue architecture, you can join the diploma in architecture course and you can directly get admission after this course of 3 years to second year of BArch. If you want to only do diploma in architecture, yes, you will get that diploma in architecture in 3 years from the time you take admission. There is no NATA test for diploma in architecture and it is all on your just passing of your 10th standard mark list. So all the best to all my aspirants who are interested in the field of architecture. Let me tell you, if you're choosing architecture, you have made a wonderful choice and you will never regret it ever in your life. It is a holistic profession and it will develop you amazingly into a wonderful human being. So all the best to you.